I was mortal once. A prince then. A prince now. I am the God Slayer!
Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 15 of our Kevin the Daemon Prince, SFO Grimmhammer, and the Old World campaign. In today's episode, we are going to continue our Oregon Trail of Destruction through Norska. Here with Loud Sea, I guess we're going to be delivering good old Taoism to Archaon. We've already yoinked away one of his Chaos Spawn here for just about all of the seduction, I guess, budget that we have access to. His most dangerous units are going to be, besides, I guess, Archaon himself, the old three-eyed monster. We also have to deal with the Sorcerer of Tzeentch that he has here, has all sorts of nasty single entity blast spells we'll have to be dodging. And I noticed these Forsaken of Khorne are insane. So they've got, let's see, the Blood Sacrifice ability where they'll gain even a more melee attack once they drop below 50% hit points, and then boost up their both of their weapon strength types by 25%, which is going to be horrifying. These are going to be high spell target priorities. Alright, so it's going to give us a close victory with medium casualties. Let's take the fight to Archaon. Alright, so Archaon's going to be coming in almost 2 minutes, so we actually have a fair bit of time to crush this first army here, make sure there's nothing left, and then await Archaon's arrival. So let's go ahead and have... well, let's take a quick look and see what they are actually fielding. So it's just two Marauders and then the Javelin Boys. We should be able to just run them over with a quick dosage of, let's say, the Zangors, and then the Knights of Tzeentch. And then we can have the Furies and everyone else just waiting to rush in from the sides. Loud Sea and the Blue Scribes in the center, and then we'll have the Spear Lads getting ready to move across. I think the best place to fight Archaon is actually going to be kind of in between these two forests. So we'll have our spearmen in the forests, and then the Zangors and our spawn hanging out in the middle here. So we're just going to get everyone ready. Luckily, Norskins have no spells at all. At least these units they've got here have no access to spells, so we don't have to worry about any kind of nonsense like that. Ink Horrors, I'm going to keep behind. They'll have the Exalteds on the sides, because they actually have a fair bit of combat potential. Forward a bit, and actually we'll a little bit more clumped up. Like so. There's the other Exalteds, because if we take a look at their stats, in comparison they have almost 10 more in each, but 7 and 8, and then a good old additional 13 weapon strength, so we would prefer them be on the sides than anyone else. And then we'll have the Flamers of Tzeentch. This is actually kind of a tougher call. Have them directly in front. The friendly fire these guys have the capability of doing is pretty horrifying, but they're also a nightmare for our enemies to be dealing with. Right then. Grab our spawn that we have stolen from our foes. In fact, let's split the Sundered Armor Boys apart, have them in the middle, and let them meet Archaon's forces head on. There we go. Alright then, let's have the other knights go sweeping around the forest. That way we don't have them all tripping on each other's armored hooves. Everyone in their units, so group. Everyone else. Let's go ahead and make sure group 3's in guard mode, and then we'll have the spears also not pursuing. Battle begin. You guys move forward and start causing some problems, we'll just charge them through. Zangors go after this group. Everyone here go up to the top, just go maul some Marauders. You guys fly over the top, we'll start charging up our actual spells here. It does actually refresh them all, that's crazy. Hey, you go ahead and land in these Javelin Boys and you do the same. Just get rid of them. While that's going on, let's go ahead and get everyone into their actual positions that we want. Spears up front here. Middle. Then we'll have the spawn, I guess, behind. Waiting to charge in from there. And everyone else, go ahead and advance. Actually looks pretty good there. We'll have the pink horse probably go out a little bit more wide. So all Zangors, your job is to support the spawn there. Set up in the middle as much as possible. That means group 3, I want you guys a little bit further up, that way they're kind of in the woods. And then we'll pull these spearmen just a bit further up. That way they're the target for any kind of spells. Oh, that looks great. You guys fall back just a bit. The spawn to be the main ones getting hit for anyone else. Beautiful. Well done, knights. None of them are coming back, they're all shattered, so we'll just bring the knights out wide. Make sure they're kind of together. Because we've got the extra group of spawn too, we'll just bring them up the flank. And here come our next opponents. Let's have the Furies go with them. We know Archaon has nothing in terms of anti-flying, so we'll just move right in. I mean, this seems like a good idea. What a weird maneuver that was. Were they trying to lure in one of our spells? That's some crazy stuff there. Do we have access to? Banishment seems pretty good. We'll Arcane Surge on you. Go ahead and fall back because that hurts. Yoink. Give yourself the Scepter of Stability. We have a very loud car kicking up nearby. So I'm going to go ahead and mute and we'll keep annihilating. Alright, I'm just going to hope that it's not picking up too much. We're going to fight through it, because otherwise it feels really weird to be doing, sitting here and silently. Can't lie. What does this give us? More recharge for everyone in the area? Sounds great. Go ahead and fall back. Let's make sure the shots are going on. Where is that Tzeentchian Chaos boy? You guys both on fire mode. Bring these knights back, because we really don't want them getting caught by those Forsaken. Here's the Wizard of Tzeentch. Go after him. What kind of spells do you have? Dwellers Below is perfect for getting rid of all of these poor unfortunate horny boys. Go ahead and sunder that armor up. And anyone gets too close is getting annihilated. Let's focus fire Big Papa there with the flames. Just have them go out so they can chase the Warhounds. Turn these pinks, they actually can fire. Horn Rangers retreat. Oh, did we get the Furies down too far? Interesting, well done. Alright, now we sit in the Zangors. Have them move in where our spawn are starting to fail. A few of the Demon Spew made it in. Let's go ahead and fall the flamethrowers back a bit. I actually can't believe those hounds made it in. Keep dancing around. Let's go ahead and make sure we can... Everyone's in the woods there. No resistance, immune to contact effects. Comet of Casadora is not a bad call. Drop that right in here. Push them through the line. These spawn can come on back. Spears, come on over and just bog down. Ever-Chosen. He's a nuisance, isn't he? We haven't used our knights pretty much at all, so we'll start bringing them in now. You come back up to this Norscan lord who's surprisingly willing to keep fighting. Flamers, if you can keep focusing Archaon, that'd be great. And yours, you just ignore Archaon for now, come through and help out with these Forsaken. Big old nuisance they've been. The champion's been run over, bringing in the knights now. Go after these Forsaken of Khorne, which are going to be a pretty terrifying threat, no doubt. Aeon's going down. Get a bit closer to the blue scribes here. We've lost just about everyone in the woods. I wouldn't mind increasing melee defense here. So we're gonna start losing pink horrors quickly. For one turn, so they can actually help. There we go. Those spearmen got eviscerated. The scribes keep moving around. Let's actually get you closer towards Shim's burning gaze. We can actually blast apart that guy with Exalted Pegasus. Fall back. Spears move in. Traverse. Bring the knights through. Zangor should absolutely annihilate those Hounds of Decay. Bring our knights away from Archaon, who's being a nuisance. Gonna bring them back towards us here. Old dastardly flamethrower kill box. I think we got him. Archaon's gonna turn and run for the hills. Still a pretty dangerous fight there, as it always is going to be, but we got him. Have our knights see if we can run down Archaon himself. You extra captives, and I'll catch you in a moment. Alright, close victory. We did lose quite a few of our units there. Betting if we would have tried to stop using the goofiness that is the blue scribes and just try to fight them with the good old-fashioned Zinch blue fire the whole time, we probably could have gotten out of that with a few less casualties. We are going to occupy this fort Zinch. Will it? Gain the Doomslayer now, so that's more resistances, and then a bit more melee attack while fighting against all of our Chaosy brethren. Which will be great while trying to subjugate them all. We did lose a few of our pretty important units though, so let's see if we can't grab them back for any amount of cheapness. No, they're all going to be very expensive. You have the Bringers of Beguilement. Pretty strong. The Eternal Entourage is also devastatingly powerful. Excessive Adoration, but I'd kind of like to save them for a proper Slaneshi army. Alright, so we'll give you your points into the Locus of Conjurations to fix up the miscast chance and more Winds of Magic.
Such prismatic.
Blue Scribes, we can also give the 500% bonus to blue and pink horrors. I think that is absolutely the call. Would have allowed us to keep a lot more of those in that last battle alive. For you, Prince. We should make even faster. 157 speed is hilarious. I do like leadership drops though, so that's gonna be the call. We almost got this province under control. We need to move up and deal with the monolith Ingvar now. The Everchosen is still here, so he has a chance to build up at least a little bit more of an army. And Boris is smashing his way on through now. These Acolytes of Urson I am quite scared of. Everything else here we can deal with.
Supreme Champion.
Are we able to make it over to Nagelheim just yet? No. I bet you Cormac's going to retreat in there. If we can at least take down one of their other dark fortresses, they're in a really bad situation then. Go ahead and chuck in the cultist camp of Gems. As Laozi is defending Durat Draz for now. Let's go ahead and grab in the Spawn of Zinch. So we use all of our gold for it. They are a very good frontline force, even if they seem to die in absolute droves. Sergeant, it is absolutely time to either raid or fall back. Stormfell's just a little bit too much for us. Raiding gives us a little bit of gold. Let's go ahead and encamp. Start moving our way back. And then, just in case we do get caught, we'll go for... Well, not even getting caught, just more replenishment rate. We'll go for the Bow Steep. Glorious runs for everyone. How many more mutations have we gained from that victory? We've got the Dual Horns, which gives us the Blight Boil and Call for Power. which would just allow us to we rampage out but do a bit more damage. What are we really getting with the beak? Arcane Birth for more power recharge, Firestorm, and then a bit of barrier. Oh, that's just the normal face. There might be a few differences here on the actual texture. That's not it. Light Boil is such a fun spell. Let's try to say we'll use this one for at least one battle. See how much we despise it. And we can also see just how much the Arcane Birth is going to be powering up our spell recharge as well. These Scythes of Slaanesh make us lose our weapons. Not yet, but I do have a plan with these Scythes for some of the later on Siege mutations to get a little bit crazy. Yeah, we'll keep what we have for now. Because the Scythe gets rid of the weapon too.
Join the ruinous
Alright, we are out of gold entirely, but we can make that up by punching some coins out of our neighbors in the next turn here. Let's get to it. Alright, the Sarl are sleeping with the fishes. And nothing else, so Archaon's running up and doing some raiding. You always have to be worried about him, because he can build up an army on the fly and just kind of take out one of our random new acquisitions. Although it does look like he's retreating. Maybe to his territory with the others. They aren't going to try to defend Nagelheim, which is an interesting strategy. We'll just keep the Vanguard deployed to allow this siege to be much more on our side. I'll take the summoning stance, just move in. Yes, indeed. There is no one here, but it's going to give us a close victory. Now we're just going to immediately launch the siege, but let me first
taste our pleasure.
Send Crab Hands here. We know Cormac's this way. What's going to be happening over here in the Nagelfaring? Ling?
New places, new pleasures.
Now we can't quite see them.
Cavorting on.
Unfortunate, but we'll get there.
bloodshed.
Blade, you've got an upgrade for Uhul. Let's just go for spreading control in our own territory. Now we need more magics. So Roger Blade will have you fall back to the edge of our territory. I'd love to start raiding, but we really can't yet. Do we get more replenishment in our territory? No, which is weird, but we will exploit it either way. Let's do what we can to make some more gold. So back up in friendly territory, increasing control. Does that increase how much gold we make? Absolutely. We increase our control in Eagle Peak.
Our burning needs.
And we'll meet those burning needs soon with hot pokers. Augural charts. Not a lot of other good upgrades that we can afford. It's expensive being follower of chaos. We'll take the extra Slaanesh glory here in the Halls of Ovation, because that Slaanesh corruption, once we can start building it up, will be very useful for making more gold. Thank you, Slaanesh. Alright, and now to our siege. Let's butcher them. Let's go ahead and attack from over here. So we'll have Kevin sit up front here just to absorb any fire from these towers as well. Slow them down by 40%. That's no problem. Go ahead and start deployment so this is out of our way. Start deploying the lads. So, PG and spawn. Let's have Milius Thunderguff. Is this a destructible wall? Yep. And that's what you are going to be going after. And then we'll have Fleshhounds. Our brand new Blood Crushers of Khorne. I always get them and the Skull Crushers mixed up. Seekers, which are thankfully invisible. And then we'll go Flamers back here. I'm going to deploy them a little bit closer. We want the spawn do have Siege Attacker. They just do struggle getting through the gates. We only want one of them attacking it at once, so you up front there. And then I guess you boys back with the rest of our army.
Enforcers of change.
Enforcers of Change. We'll go you three in the back. Excellent. And then the Bloodletters of Khorne. I am tempted to deploy much closer and have them get up on the walls and start ripping. But if we want to minimize casualties to continue our momentum here, we want to still play this smart. They will have you, though, taking the wall like an absolute champion, with Cromulus by your side. Is he on a Palanquin now? That means he is no longer going to be able to actually get on the ladders, but look at him, they're all balancing. This is not the most efficient way of getting across the battlefield, my friend. Your seat is leaking. Lovely. Definitely not as glorious of a Palanquin as what Kugath has, but he's at least double stacked up. Come see our Heralds of Khorne's Fury as well. See, now are their faces supposed to look like that, or is this a visual glitch we're getting that's going to get me in trouble? Assume their entire bodies are meant to look like that. They're supposed to be kind of charbroiled. Love it. It will be applying a bonus or a higher weakness to all of our enemies as well. Alright, let's get Heroes and Bilius. Billy Boy.
Warriors of Cinch.
Missiles, and then the Fast Movers, which the spawn do not count as, but so we're going to put them over with the normal infantry. Let's grab you, put you with our Seekers. Actually, we haven't seen the Exalted Chariot yet, so let's put you off to the side and then take a quick peek. This thing should be absolutely covered in blades, yeah, even on the front. We have truly ascended. More blades is always more better. And now let's prove it. Alright, Kevin, you go right over the top with your invisible self. Ilias, go knock down the walls. But you can actually both. Really? That makes no sense at all. Let's just have you go help. Get everyone up and over the walls that can. Go ahead and drop down the blues here. You as well. Bit of an angled shot for those blue horrors. And we'll have all of our fast movers switch targets to hitting this gatehouse. Come on, friends. Do your thing. Sweet. Blue horrors, just go ahead and set up here. And then start launching your goodies over the wall. These guys are all clumped up. That's awesome. I'll start doing some damage. We've got Blight Boil, which I think can only go on the ground, which, hey, look at you guys. Good for Papa Kevin. Go ahead and land on the Chaos Lord here. Can't call for power because we need our stats. We also need to not be able to rampage. I don't want to go for this new Blight Boil here. Nurgle spells are so expensive. Let's wait for them to clump up a little bit. You come over here and start bombing shots at this individual. Cromulus, you come on in. He got tore up a little bit by the walls there. Probably should have put him into his speedy mode earlier on. Are they just trying to run away, or are they... What's going on here? It looks like they're just trying to run away, so let's drop the Blight Boil here. As soon as I see it go off, we're just going to activate, call for power. Skadoosh. Your party has died of typhoid. No breathing. Go ahead and drop the Guinness Golden on everyone trying to reinforce here. You keep harassing them, that's perfect. The wolves have arrived. Since they still have axe, actually, Kevin. Sorry, Lord Shax is getting wiped. Hold the line, dude. I hope he was going to be able to handle that, but looks like no. Not even a little bit. I don't know if there's anything we can do to save him. Maybe come on down away. Everyone else here, just go ahead and smash on through. Best you can. And now we bring in the boys. Are things going over here? Get through these gates? No. Not even a little bit. Hold on, Thunderguff. Smash in here to the rear. I think Shax is going to get wiped out. Come on, buddy. Overconfidence killed the Bloodletter. especially when I'm commanding him. You come on back over here, drop off some more blue horrors. It's real sad. He'll be back soon, though. Him and the others have thankfully all become immortal. Set up here. Probably best idea to just have the blue horrors try to take the wall while we can. Flamers, come on in. Be able to fire right over the top. Underguff, activate your violent wind. Bring go after those Halberdier warriors. Should we use Genna's or should we use one of yours? How much is the overcast version of Final Transmute? Very expensive. Let's go for the cheap and cheerful metal spells that we know work. Roll of power. The metal's coming down. Here, through the gates over here. Chaos Warriors with halberds, huh? You're not braced. Not a good idea. We'll blend on through them and let everyone else hit them. They think they're really tough. For a very brief amount of time. Who needs some heals? Looks like Kevin does. And now come back. They are bonus V large, so we want to get all the help we can. Blends right through. The Exalted Chariots are much better than the other versions. They just seem to have a lot more punching power. Get right through. Alright, Bilius, you go fight the Warp Chaos War Shrine, and we'll let just Kevin rip and tear. Activate your call to power again. The business. Lock everyone else up, send them in. Rad people. Such a natural gate. They move quick now in Kevin's army, though. That is all thanks to our Allures. Let's make sure they're not getting wiped out secretly by those Halberdiers. That's always a fear. Let's come help Bilius, and that should be our win. Keep the flamethrower boys inside the wall, but keep them back from the main fighting. Go Duke of Death. And we can drop these Chaos Warriors armor a bit more here. Those guys are friendly. Go after the War Shrine. Well, hello, surprise. Moves across the battlefield so fast. There's the victory. Absolutely. We will take it. Well, Acolyte, in the minigame of Will Shax Die this episode, turns out all you have to do is take him off the Blood Throne. He shall be back. For our folly there, we'll go ahead and remove him from our... We're not going to go ahead and replace him until he does come back, so we'll just have N19 in that army for now. It will bother me for a while, too, don't worry. Let's go ahead, and I'd love to do this sack the settlement first, but let's just go ahead and occupy it to gain maximum glory here. Kind of the downside of Chaos. You have to balance your glory gains, how much gold you've got. So we'll take this for the glory of what's going to help us out the most here. I think for the glory of nature.
Chaos lives here now.
Spread 9 poxes, is that what that
Demon Prince.
gave that to us for? Exalted Blade, it looks a bit like a lightsaber. We'll have to get in there and try out some of our new mutations. As far as our skills go, I'm going to keep going on the Respect to the North, even though it feels a bit grimy. That'll give us 40 extra relations with all of the demon factions, though, which will keep them from stabbing us in the back, which we really need. Not worry about them. Ooh, he's very blue. It looks like the Cookie Monster up there now.
Supreme Champion.
Arcane Conduit for Socrates, indeed.
Kislev's fallen
Romulus, let's go ahead and make sure you've got your heals. Actually, no, we're going to continue down the enemy leadership drop. The less they're willing to fight, the better we do. Which is Questers. Really boosts up how good they are in their agent abilities, which we can get a lot of technology through them. 10% plus 25%. Up to 35% more. Squabble Pros. Zeratup and Tarix are not fleeting constructs driven to find entertainment or combust. No, they are surly and cunning combatants with years of experience. No blowing up for them. We've got access to rat magic. These scrolls glow with the ominous light of warpstone, and the faint chittering of vermin can be heard. We'll get primal magic. So for rat magic, you get ruin and ruin, plague, stealth. Interesting. Basically everything they have. Primal magic the same, so we get lore of Big Wa, Little Wa, Wild from the Beastmen, and then the Great Maw too. That's a lot of really strong magics. Dead magic for Nehekara vampires and deep. Yin and Yang, terrifying. Elf magic for high and dark, which is a bit weird because we've got several. I think we have a couple factions that could use. Well, it is still elves, isn't it? Let's go demon magic. Nurgle, Slanesh, and Hashut. Yes, demon magic it is. So after that, we'll probably grab the primal because the beast spells, Lore of the Wild, is very strong. Awesome. With Nagelheim under our control now, can we go for... Since it is a forward battle area, we're definitely going to want the demonic lurkers. We'll spend up some gold on that. That works for me. Summoning stance allows us to have a bit better defenses in case anyone tries anything. And now let's jump into Demon Prince mutation. If we gain any more... if we gain any more skull bits, I definitely just dodge through them. Let's come on back to the Featherless Beak, though, because I definitely like Arcane Mirth. Felt like we were really kind of lacking in Winds of Magic that previous battle there. Avian Plate Armor. So excited I made my chair squeak. Oh, Plate Armor indeed. It doesn't give us any negatives on or change the overall stats we have, but it does give us Guinness Golden Hounds as well as Glittering Robe instead of Treason. Which we haven't used Treason of Zeech all that much. Plate Armor looks awesome. Finally, some proper armor. For our legs, we've been using the Devastating Flanker Greaves. Medium leg armor gives us overzealous defense. That seems pretty solid. Alright. Shin guards are very important. Want to be kicked in the shin. Embarrass yourself rolling around on the ground. Brass-tipped tail. For giving people a poke. They won't soon forget. I still think I like the very sneaky tail here, the Unseen Beasts one. But if we're going to switch off, it'll probably be the Iridescent tail for the extra Winds of Magic and pretty strong barrier. In fact, let's just see how much more magic we have to go around every battle here. As far as our hand weapon go, we've got the Exalted Blade, which looks great. Again, it looks like it's one of those that switches depending on which of the four gods you have the most dedication to. We're going to keep on with our Doom Sword for the maximum glory gains for now, but we've got the Exalted Halberd, which looks awesome. What do y'all think? What are we looking for the kind of the final weapon to be for Kevin? We can switch him up on the fly to be more versatile, but what is the kind of the main setup we want to run? Let me know. Blade, kind of, do we want to be a two-handed weapon, or is it a sword and board? It's been working out for now, but we need a bit of a change. Cool. At least he's got some nice plate armor now. Let's switch over to the Balsteep for healing. Now let's just switch back over to the Ockerpox for more experience gain. Which would be great. Cool. We've got no money, so out of things to do for this turn. I'll see you've lost a few of your troopers. Yes, whereas Zinch would be a great front line. Let's maybe try to lure... Oh, that's Boris. Luring Boris over here might be a bad call. don't have a lot of choice though, do we?
Magics.
Catching him in an ambush would be the best way to deal with him. How much more replenishment are we getting if we switch it over to Battle Steep? 25 as opposed to how many? 25. I guess it doesn't take, it takes a turn to actually switch over, doesn't it? Okay. Well, we'll keep it on the Vanguard deployment, and in case they get too close and they get infected with the plague, it'll drop their defenses. We'll switch over to summoning stance here, in case they want to try anything. Let's keep on through it in the turn. Yeah. Alright, we've got an event, the Undoer. One of your wilder-eyed cultists claims to have communed with the lesser chaos god Zuvasin. The Undoer, as he is known, is desirous to disrupt the age-old balance of ruinous power, and sees your rise as a means of achieving this. Thus, you may choose a blessing. We can choose Influence, become better friends with the Warhost of the Apocalypse, or choose Insight. Which, I don't care about being better friends with the Warhost, but I don't really want to lose any of our favor. Such the way either or. They've got Motherland stance. Be at peace with the Motherland. Extra resistance while defending. He's trying to lure us into a fight where he is on the defense. So sadly, I think we have to let him come to us. Why do these guys have such strong missile defense? Or missile strength? Do they have an explosive charge they throw? Here's they do. Kossars with sabers and shields. Okay. I'm interested to find out.
Change.
We can blast apart your front line with magic. How much resistance do you have? Only 10%? That's not bad at all. That's not much at all, meaning. I think if we get into a fight with Boris, we use the blue fire over and over and over again on the things in the woods, try to blast them down. Grave wounds are terrifying. Things in the woods are not fun.
The rapture of
Anything else we can grab to increase income, or should we go ahead and try to boost defenses down here? We don't exactly know where most of our foes are, but we have Sriracha Blade on one side and Cloud Sea on the other. Before I make that call, can I go ahead and deal with Archaon?
Will burn.
Teleport, not even in there. I think I'd like to turn around and try to chase off Archaon. Let's see who's
thy pleasure.
defending Nagelfaring. Doesn't look like anyone.
I shall move.
Drowned army kind of sitting in the shadows there.
Decadence do you desire?
You can also move up and do even more damage to him by stacking the Wrath of Galrauch. Split them down the middle. Then we have him attack Nagelfari 100%. Unless he can pull up something really scary, I'm not so worried. Let's start taking some territory from him.
The ruinous powers.
Walker Fox it is. I'm not gonna worry about changing up his mutations just yet. Let's just charge on in. Chained wings. No thanks.
Never.
Never. That's nothing at all. We'll go ahead and give that one to the auto resolve.
Now is the time of conquest.
Wow, these poor halberdiers. We used them very poorly, didn't we? We'll go ahead and claim this one for Slanesh.
Vanguard, the ruinous
Master
crusade.
Musician. Love the extra movement range. Let's drop that immediately on
Chaos.
either of you that can have it. Yoink. Perfect. Weird plate from our ward save. I think if anyone needs that, it's going to be you.
Prince.
All the word save for our big chariot here. Let's combine up the Shield of Tolos and the Dragon Helm, see what we get. Firestorm Blade's pretty good. We can add that over here on the other one. Does it add flaming attacks, or does it remove the others? Oh, perfect. I think you're only allowed to have 3 contact effects at once. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that eventually you cannot add more. At least it seems like you can't add more. Slaneshi, is Zealot here for you? Absolutely. Only the Lords can have the Schemers.
Such prismatic.
I'm not worried about ambush stance right now then. Alright. That's the Wrath of Galrauch under our control.
Burn it.
If anything, we just want to go for Cardinal Dens kind of everywhere we can. He has no way of getting back, and I didn't see the armies unless they're hiding over here. Somewhere very clever-like. Let's just increase control. And how far we can move in this province. I need to stop moving because I keep causing our goofy chair here to squeak. Sorry about that, lads. We'll take it out back, give it the whips later. Teaches some manners. Is the monolith in a place that we can afford to upgrade?
The gods
Kind of.
deny such action.
It's not all that well defended, but it would be inside the walls. The Archaon would have a lot of trouble actually doing anything to it. He is scary, but can be frightened off by army losses pretty easily.
Let us make claim.
In fact, that's absolutely the main way you go after him. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and upgrade the Eternal Banquet here. Try to take this up to the highest tier we can. And I think after that we need to save for the Dreadhold Fortress. Start pooling our resources. Have you drop into raiding stance. Just try to wound up their economy as much as possible. Have you pull out just to keep an eye. They're building up troops, so that's no big deal. So back in the army, that way we get more training and more income from the raiding. Got a bit of a weak spot here in the middle.
The horror of horror.
I think we are entirely fine. Quick call an ambulance. Not for me. Right, Grung Duraz has been besieged by Borisers. The labor fleet of Uzkalak got drop-kicked. I wonder who took care of them. Glad we could help. So we're going to immediately start taking attrition. It's going to give us a Pyrrhic victory with medium losses. Can I just yoink away some of these things in the wood? Oh, good grief. I can. Okay, we'll get to dealing with you just momentarily. Not auto-resolving it. I'm not losing my spawn again. Exactly. Jackal on away. Archaon's choosing the coward route.
Daemon Prince.
He does have an army up here in the north, doesn't he? Arn Vorpalshard. Name. Not what I'm scared of, though.
Come to me.
Make sure there's nothing here between the two
Let
keeps.
us sort.
I'm not getting ambushed by the Nagelfarlings. Oh, is that a Stankia? No, it's just Ursula Ivanovich.
Hands off.
Hello, Hagmother, that we're not getting in main game because they said.
Dance with this belt and put you.
Alright, well, let's have you be sneaky.
Ambush time.
Versus the bitter cold. It affects Corn, so
Sacred execution.
let's just scoot back into friendly territory and lure her on in. Hagmother versus Sriracha Blade.
One might. Unstoppable legion.
Exactly. And then we'll have you go for the Gray Fever for that Vanguard deploy. Those Marauders right up in their face immediately. Alright. I'm going to spend some gold and then we'll set up for this next battle here. As I said, spend some gold. Aren't we going to save for the Altar of Spawns? Yes. If we could remember to. We are going to yoink away these things in the wood, though. I think gives us a close victory. We only lose our spearmen. I think we could probably do a little bit better than that. We will have to find out, though, in the next episode. I'd like to see you guys on their bears. Armor piercing lets me think they're on their bears. That's pretty terrifying. Right, awesome. Boris versus his bears versus Lao Tzu and his philosophy. Fair enough. I'm out of time for today. I've been at Space Wizard Total War. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Kevin the Daemon Prince campaign. If you all enjoyed, remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub thon. See you on the next one.